Hello, how are you? My name is Nicole and we meet again. Thank you for joining me for Webinar Wednesdays. And tonight we're bringing in this Webinar Wednesday with Tamala Mann. I can only imagine. Remember, I like to begin with us doing the deep breath process so that we can relax, taking time for self. Okay, let's begin. We're going to breathe through our nose and out through our mouth. Thank you so very much again for joining us for Webinar Wednesdays. My name is, again, Nicole Jones. This month is the month of June, and we celebrate men in this month with Father's Day. And if you notice, every testimony was done by a male on the Visionary Hands website. I would like to speak from a subject I have heard other women touch on, which is I don't believe that there are any good men left. I have to disagree with that statement. I feel like there are still a few good men. A good man sets an example. He knows who the head of his household really is. He encourages through words he speaks. He leads by example and knows when to push or pull. And he knows when to speak and when to just listen. He doesn't have to be heard or even right to prove his manhood. I would like to add that he would have to be my friend, my lover, and my husband. I can understand why I've heard the statement, there are no good men left. In looking at my history, I grew up without my father being present in my life. There are only memories of him that I have, and the only memories are of my mom telling me the occasional times that he would buy Pampers. And I also remember the times that I would see him around the neighborhood drunk. I used to believe that I was not affected by him not being present in my life. However, I was absolutely wrong. He was supposed to be the male role model of what unconditional love was. He was also supposed to be the role model of what it was supposed to feel like to have a man present in my life. Who knows what might have happened? I'm not a victim. I'm just stating facts. Moreover, I was always trying to find what I thought love should be, and through a lot of different experimentations that left a void so big, a lot of hurt and pain along the way. Throughout this process, I have learned that it is not the outside that I should have been looking at. You know, those things such as what could he do for me, how good he looked, what kind of car he drove, and let's not forget what type of job he had. All this superficial stuff that could be gone at the drop of a dime. I should have been looking at his insides, you know, his heart, how he loves others, such as his mom. Is he active in his children's life and whether or not he respects other women in his life? How he shows up and who he serves. How he talks and interacts with other people, and definitely not just his potential, you know, to be something other than what I see before me. I know these things take time getting to know one another or about him. However, after some investigation, I can't be disappointed in who I have intertwined myself with. And maybe we could develop a relationship along the way that is not based off of what I thought I knew. Surprise! You know, I thought he was a good man after all. Yet, I didn't even take the time to discover who he was. How can I be mad or disappointed? Also, I have to begin to see the part that I play in those failed relationships and how it's not just about the other person. I failed to do some things too. I was not encouraging him. When things got tough, I got ghosts, be it mentally or physically. I had a friend who told me a long time ago. She said, Nicole, girl, you really got it going on. But I hope when he comes, you remember not to be so independent so that he can be the man. They have to feel needed as well, she said. Although at that time I did not understand this, it wasn't until I had a couple of men that I was in a relationship with say to me that I would not let them be a man. I always thought, what? A man will always be a man. How do I let you be a man? Now, I understand that I cannot do it all, nor do I want to. And the truth is, I can't control it all either. I must be intradependent, on God, Him, the man, and myself. We are all in this together and we all have our own specific roles to play. What I want in a man, I must also be willing to give. A relationship must be nurtured and watered like a flower so that it can grow. I must speak life into my kingdom man so that I can take my rightful seat as his queen, being I'm already royalty by the Most High, and I should be treated as such. However, I don't regret those past relationships. They taught me something as well. Within every obstacle comes an opportunity to do something different. Everything has a reason, season, or a lifetime. And I am so grateful that I did not know which was which while I was in that relationship. I'm at peace with God not giving me everything I thought I wanted at the time I thought I wanted it. Who's to say I would have done what I was supposed to do to keep it anyway? Then there are times that I look back and think to myself, what was I thinking? The same could go for him as well. I have not always done everything the right way. Imagine that. I believe as women, we can change this myth. First of all, instead of asking for a man, I believe I have to ask God to prepare me for the man that He has for me. In the meantime, I must, while I wait, work with God to see what I have to do in preparation so that I can be a better individual when He does arrive. When He does come, we should be able to help each other want to be better all around individuals, not only separate, yet as a unit too. I must also stop wanting to be with my sister's man if I know that is where he is. In one of those other relationships. Moreover, what about the man we're raising? If you have a young man, he only grows up to be a bigger man. And what type has a lot to do with what you teach him as well as what you show him along the way. After all, I am the first relationship he has with a woman, and it develops from here. This is where it all starts. I love the adage that behind every good man, there's an even better woman. For me, God has always had jokes in my life. He may not give me everything I want, Yet he always gives me exactly what I need and when I need it. It takes all types of men and women to make the world go around. I have to be careful about what I ask and pray for. And I must be careful what I put out in the atmosphere. I just might get it. Therefore, I ask God for the tailor made man that He had, especially for me, especially since He knows who I am. He is the manufacturer. Let's see what happens. Thank you again for joining me in this webinar Wednesdays. Until we meet again, yet I like to also go out with a little music so that we can relax, breathe deep in, and blow out. Thank you again so very much. It's been great. Thank you. Bye bye.